From the studio that brought you Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan the Final Season Part 1, Attack on Titan the Final Season Part 2, and Attack on Titan the Final Season, the Final Movies, the Final Parts Part 1 and Part 2, comes another MAPPA masterpiece, Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise takes place in a long time ago Japan, where our protagonist, super powerful ninja Gabimaru the Hollow, has just been sentenced to death. Fortunately, he's offered a second chance at life, where he can return to the only thing he cares about in the whole world, his wonderful wife, Yui. Unfortunately, he can only get that second chance by going to a super dangerous island with other death row criminals to find the elixir of life. Each of the criminals is accompanied by a member of an elite executioner samurai clan called the Yamada Asaimon. Gabimaru's partner is our other main character, a young woman named Yamada Asaimon Sagiri. Both Sagiri and Gabimaru are compelling characters with multiple obstacles to overcome. Sagiri has to deal with the guilt of being an executioner, her own perceived mental weakness, and the difficulties that come with being a female samurai. Gabimaru has to live with the weight of the lives he's taken and his overwhelming desire to see his beloved wife again, and the loneliness that come along with that. And both of them deal with those issues while being total badasses. I mean, look at them go! As cool as our protagonists are, don't think the show is just all about Sagiri and Gabimaru. This show has amazing side characters, like the blind badass Yamada Asaimon Shion, and the ninja lady who's always doing the most for absolutely no reason, Yuzuriha. Perhaps best of all is pro-hero Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite, also known as Azachobe. However, I do think the side characters in this show could be handled better in the earlier stages. I usually love big casts, but Hell's Paradise has introduced a character just to kill them off syndrome to absurd proportions. While some shows, like Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man, have done this perfectly with characters like and even bigger spoiler alert. Hell's Paradise's side character deaths often left me feeling annoyed rather than heartbroken or shocked. Deaths in shows like Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer work, because you get proper time to love the characters just before their deaths. Hell's Paradise, meanwhile, kills off characters just at the point where you're starting to like them, so that they feel like wasted potential more than anything. This starts to be remedied around episode 9, where the remaining side characters really start to come into their own. Setting isn't always a major deal in anime, but the setting of Hell's Paradise is such an essential part of the story that it's worth mentioning. It's also one of the most successful parts of the show. The island is stunningly beautiful, but has some of the freakiest monsters you'll see in anime. It definitely gives meaning to the title Hell's Paradise. As far as the bells and whistles go, Hell's Paradise has a beautiful animation budget, but an OST that honestly isn't that memorable. At least the opening song is fantastic, and honestly, that's the most important song in an anime's discography. Of the new Gen MAPPA Big 3, I don't think Hell's Paradise measures up to Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man yet. However, Gabimaru is a much more interesting protagonist than Denji and Yuji, and he has a very well-executed secondary protagonist in Sagiri. If Season 2 continues on its current trajectory, while diving deeper into the island's secrets, I see a very successful future for Hell's Paradise. There are many examples of anime throughout history where the second major arc blew the first out of the water, and this show has that sort of upward trajectory. While I can't rate a show based off its future potential, Hell's Paradise's final 5 or so episodes were so good that it gets an 8.5 out of 10 from me. It has points of mediocrity that I think detract from it overall, especially in the beginning, but it's honestly a strong first season that sets up a story capable of surpassing its fantastic sister shows, Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen. With that, I'm Surgeon Stories, and please like the video and subscribe for more if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching!